Hello, grade 12s, how are you? Today we are going to look at contingency table. Let's quickly look at this question. It says, in a survey of finding those who likes movie and music, the following information were obtained. Okay, now this is the table. The totals have been given. Then we have the totals for movies, totals for music, and the ground total. So it means if you add this 1,500 and 500, you should get 2,000, or you can also add this side 300 plus 1,700. Now we are going to use this table to answer question below. So let's look at the first question. It says, calculate the probability that a person selected at random will be male. If you check, this is male and the total of male is this 1,500. And we know probability is number of successes over the total possible outcome. So if you check those, the probability of selecting a male is going to be this 1,500 over the ground total, which is 2,000. Are we together? Okay, let's look at the next one. Calculate the probability that a person selected at random likes movies. If you check, the total for movie is 300. What do you think will be the probability? This 300 over 2,000, which is the ground total. So the probability is going to be that one. Then the next question. If being male and likes movies are independent events, show that the value of A is 225. Now to answer this, we know independent events, we multiply the two probabilities. So probability of male, which we have already calculated to be 1,500 over 2,000, times the probability of movies, because it's talking of two things here, male and movies. So the probability of movies is what? 300 over 2,000. Now, if we are dealing with independent events, that is what you are supposed to do. So since the question is asking of that, we multiply the two probabilities. And if we simplify this, we are going to get 9 over 80. But they are asking, we should show that A is equal to 225. How are you going to do that? It means we are supposed to make the denominator 2,000. But here the denominator is 80. How do we make that? What we need to do is we multiply both sides by 25. And you are going to get that. How did we get a 25? Okay. To get a 25, you divide 2,000 by 80. You see that 2,000 divided by 80, check with your calculator, is going to give us 2,000 divided by 80 is going to give us 25. Right. So you multiply the numerator and the denominator by 25. Remember, if you multiply any number by 1, is the same number. So 25 over 25 is 1. So you are going to get 225 over 2,000. And we've shown. So A is 225. Let's look at the next one. Use the value of A to determine the value of B, C, and D. Now, we've gotten this value, A, to be 225. how are you going to get B? Remember, if you add these values, you should get 1500. So it means A plus B is equals to 1500. But we know A to be 225. So plus B. So if you transpose B, you are going to get 1275. This is plus. If you transpose, is going to be minus. So you are going to get B to be 1275. Then the next question is find C. We are supposed to find C. How are we going to find C? We know that A plus C is going to give us 300. And we know A to be this, which is 225, plus C should be equal to 300. So if you transpose 225, you are going to get 75. Then the last one, they want us to find D. How are you going to find D? There are two ways. We can say B plus D is equals to 1700, or we can say C plus D is equal to 500. Any of them should give you the same answer. So I use this one, B plus D, and this is going to give us, we know B to be 1275. Remember, we found B here, 1275. So if you substitute B and you transpose B, you are going to get D to be 425. Okay, let's look at the next one. Calculate the probability of choosing a female that likes movies. So female that like movie, what is it going to be? This is female that like movie, which is C, and we have already calculated C to be 75. So 75 over the grand total, when you simplify, you are going to get 3/80. Then the next question, this one is counting principle. 10 cars of different makes, of which 5 are black, are to be parked in a straight line. How many different ways can all the cars be parked? Remember, you have 10 cars, so you have 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 spaces. So the first space, any of the cars can be parked there, and there are how many cars? It's 10. So you have 10 ways of filling the first space. It can be car 1, car 2, car 3, or car 4, or car 5, up to car 10. So you have 10 ways of filling the first space. Remember, the first space is used, so the second space you have 9 ways. Remember, the first and the second space is used, so the third space you have 8 ways, like that, up to the last space. So instead of writing this, you can write it as 10 factorial. And when you press 10 factorial on your calculator, you are going to get this one. Then B says, if 5 black cars must be parked next to each other, so it means all the black cars must be parked next to each other, determine how many different ways the cars can be parked. Okay, the 5 black cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are packed together, so you count them as 1. Alright, so you are going to count them as 1. So the whole of this is 1. Then how many spaces left? You are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 spaces. So it's going to be 6 factorial times. Remember, these black cars, you can swap them. The first black can be second, the second can be first, like that. So we can swap them. So you have 5 factorial for this because they are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can swap them. So the first space can take 5, the second can take 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so that's going to be 5 factorial. Okay, bye.